attack, fast, fatal, hard impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now. Whenever we last left off, it has been quite some time. Now, a whole lot of events were going on in this series. After seemingly disappearing for 5 years, Deku returned. Then he found himself at Xavier's mansion, discovering that some people are 5 years older and some people aren't. Afterwards, he's been staying at the mansion for some time and gaining friends, and even throwing a few wild parties here and there. Now, Deku was Joe Fixit in Vegas, him using the money from that to fund the parties and even still having some left over. As it's been a bit of time, and the last time we saw Deku, he had a hole put through his chest thanks to an unknown threat in a sentinel trying to attack the Xavier mansion. As the Hulk, he's currently sitting down inside the kitchen at the mansion. Everybody there all confused. They've heard about this guy. Some have seen him on TV. Some have even seen the videos of him just running around and going complete ape shit. However, right now, you would not believe what you are seeing. The Hulk is, well, sitting on the ground since he just broke a chair. And he's eating some food. He's already gone through 2 pizzas and a few bags of food, such as chicken and even, well, pork. It's overall just bad. Well, it is good that they've been able to calm the Hulk down. There's the way he is right now. He's just shoveling food into his mouth. And it does surprise everybody. As you do have a rogue, she is actually taking a video about this, asking if Kirk thinks it will do any good. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, well, it's something. What about you, Gene? This is all serious. Oh yeah, I know, but still, he's not going to believe this. Jeez, how much of that is he going to eat? Now, you do actually have Charles, who he does walk up and ask Hulk if he would be willing to have a talk with him for a minute. The Hulk turning as he does stare at Charles. Him swallowing a mouthful of food as he does this say, yeah. Alright. I'm curious to know a bit more about you. I haven't pushed Izuku on the subject. However, he's spoken about you in a strange manner of speaking. Tiny man hate Hulk. I'm sorry. Tiny man doesn't like when Hulk around. Get angry. Get hurtful. Hulk only try to help. Hulk doesn't like things. Now, they're all kind of confused. Okay, so is this it? Now, Charles and the Hulk do continue talking. As from what everyone can hear, as whenever Charles has tried to bring up certain things that Deku refuses to talk about, the Hulk himself does also refuse to talk about those things. However, he is a bit more aggressive and stern about leaving those affairs in the past. And there actually is one question that does come up. Mr. Xavier, he does ask Hulk exactly how long has he been around, since Deku's only known about the Hulk for roughly a few years, including the time where the 5-year gap happened. So it would probably be more than a decade that people have known about him. And you do actually have the Hulk who does stare at Charles confused. as he does just try to explain. And the answer they're all getting, it they don't like how it adds up. Because if they're correct in their assumption, the Hulk is basically a, well, little kid. Well, Deku is 17 mentally, and physically, there is the Hulk. Mentally, the Hulk is still a child. And physically, he's a rampaging monster who doesn't know how to control his rage. He's a giant rampaging toddler with anger issues. And everybody, the moment they do piece that together, it does concern them. As you do actually have Hulk, who, after talking about how he's only around to help Izuku, he does talk about what happened. As he does try to explain in a bit more broken English that someone hurt Izuku and woke him up. And this does somewhat cause some concern. People, they know about that already. And you do actually have Jean who does step up, as she does ask if he's okay. And the Hulk, he does turn to Jean. Everybody, they do somewhat look at that. Hulk, whenever he does look right at her, she does step forwards. And the Hulk, he actually somewhat go to flinch and turn his head. Izuku, that person they know is special to him. However, Hulk, he only knows about them from what Deku thinks about. And that person, they're someone to be respected. The fact that they see Hulk right now, it makes the Hulk feel strange. It makes him feel sad to be around. Because Deku, he might get mad if Hulk acts up around this person. And you do actually have Deku. Well, he's inside of his own head, he does see what the Hulk is doing. And he does try to inform the Hulk that right now, he needs to be careful. And that if he does try anything stupid, he's going to try to restrain him as much as possible. He can't act out here because of the people around him. They're his friends. Now, the Hulk, he does maintain his composure. However, I really do realize that he's a bit more shy. And that is confusing. As we actually do have Logan, who, whenever he does walk in holding a particular shell and a rifle. As he does hold the shell whenever he does walk into the kitchen. Everybody's staring at it as he doesn't go to hold up a gun, informing them that he found out where the shot came from. And everybody, they all do just stare at the Hulk. As the Hulk, he does look down at the bullet before someone going to stand up, asking Yellow Man if he found who Hulk has to smash, since they hurt Izuku. And Logan, he does stare at the Hulk. While releasing a giant rage-fueled monster against this threat would be a good idea, in theory, you do have what they're going to do. They're going to try and trace us all back. The round, they've already been able to find. It wasn't that hard. Follow the path where it went straight through Deku's, abdomen, through the table, and smashing into a wall. All you really need to do is use telekinesis and rip the bullet right out, and you can do a bit more research on it. And after at least looking around for a bit while the Hulk is still around, they do find a few things. However, while they're all looking around for this, you do have something else that does go on. Downtown, the Juggernaut, he's made a bit of an appearance. And right now, he's currently just rampaging through the area, trying to steal and loot. He is clearly on a crime spree. And the X-Men, they are deployed to go against him. However, you do actually have where the Hulk, whenever he did see everybody leaving, he was confused and concerned. However, after seeing them all on television, he realized that things were a bit more strange. And we actually do have where Deku he is thinking. He does think that he does need to be down there, in case anything does happen. He's heard about the Juggernaut. From what he understands, that guy, he's either very hard to stop or he can't be stopped. Along with that, he's super strong. And he's taken hits from Thor before. He knows that much. And Izuku, he is thinking, Grey Hulk and Green Hulk, if he does have to give them names, or Joe and Green Hulk, both of them, they are able to take on Thor. And that is good. Okay, there's a benchmark. And Thor, he's able to at least hold his ground against the Juggernaut. However, Deku, he does sort of overestimate Thor here. Now, while it could be up for debate who would win a battle, unstoppable force versus a Greek god, or Greek god. Oh my god, I really just said that. A Norse god, my bad. Now, while it could be up for debate who would win, it's kind of hard to tell. That is something Deku can't really predict. Now, he does just watch. Well, Xavier and everyone, they're trying to do research on what may have attacked the mansion, and the other team is trying to deal with the Juggernaut downtown. It is actually somewhat spreading the resources a bit too thin. As Izuku, he is watching on, right through the Hulk's eyes. He's staying there watching the TV. And the Hulk, he is there too. Deku is watching, and he's very worried. The team, they were holding their ground at first. However, when the Juggernaut started to take them down and hurt people, Deku knew, they started to enrage the Hulk. And everybody, they can tell. And we do have Deku. Whenever it got to the point where Jean, who was trying to provide more of a support role, was actually being attacked, Deku had a bit of enough of that. As you do have where he does inform the Hulk that they need to get downtown now. And Hulk, he actually going to say something out loud, asking if good idea. You say something, Hulk? Yes, Hulk, it's a good idea. We need to save her. Save? What you doing, big guy? Yes, Hulk, we need to save them. They're our friends. People we care about. Do you understand? Hulk actually able to feel Deku's rage, since it is tied to his. And the moment Hulk does actually go to turn towards the door, somebody does get in his way. As they do inform Hulk that he can't leave. Hulk simply just going to bring his hand up and grab them. He grabbed them right on their left shoulder, picking them up and putting them to his right. The moment he did that, he went to go open the door. However, since the door is about the size of one of his fingers, he crushes the doorknob and tries to get out. However, this person, since they know they can't stop the Hulk, they just open the door for him, informing him that they can at least do this much, since he's going to break it all down. As the Hulk does quickly go and head out. As we do have downtown. We currently do have, well, Rogue, Nightcrawler, and Jean. These three, they're kind of trying to hold on. They have Beast with them. And they also do have some other mutants, along with even Cyclops. Cyclops and Beast were taken down. And really, right now, the support characters, they're all that really does remain of their forces. As we do have Jean. Juggernaut rushed in and tried to attack them, him slamming his fist down towards them as Jean is actually going to bring up a psychic barrier. The moment she does bring up this barrier around her, Rogue, and Kirk, they are all trying to think. Jean, with the barrier up, she's protecting against the Juggernaut's blows. However, they're actually starting to wear her down mentally. And Rogue, she can try to help. She can try to copy Jean's powers. However, in doing so, though, that would weaken Jean. And right now, she's all the power she has her hands on. And then there's Kirk. He could try to teleport, yes. However, if he does grab onto them and try to move, he doesn't know what can happen. Well, yes, the barrier is up. It's also hard to think about. He doesn't have enough space to actually think about what to do. He's panicking. He's never been in a situation where there's a guy they can't even put a scratch on like this. And while that is all actually happening, you do actually have the Juggernaut. He is going to throw out a fist. Him being able to throw this large ball they're all contained inside of through the air, as it does go smashing through the entire city block before smashing into a car. As you do have Jean. She actually is starting to have a bit of a nosebleed. And after they do land onto the ground, you do have where the barrier is thrown down. As Nightcrawler, he does teleport them all to the top of a building. Where the moment they do get there, Jean, she does actually somewhat collapse. And everyone, they're just trying to think. Okay, they are way too outnumbered here. It's just one guy. Seriously, how can this guy be this destructive? If I can get close enough, I can probably copy his powers, though, right? I don't know, Jean. Listen. Or, I don't know, Rogue. Listen. I just know if I try to keep that up, I'm going to have an aneurysm. Okay, so you're out. So it's only me and Kirk. Would you be able to teleport him away? No. He's way too big. Even then, trying to get him to change directions like that or wherever I go, that's a whole other thing. Okay, so you can't teleport him, and I might not be able to copy his powers. Does anyone know what we're trying to do here besides not trying not to lose it? No. You do actually have a sound. It sounds like a small thud. However, it does get louder. As you do actually have where Rogue and everyone, they do see the Hulk land on top of a building before going to look around. As he does look down towards the ground, and he does get to jump down. All of them, these three, they're confused. Why is the Hulk here? And you do actually have civilians. Some of them, the moment they did see the Green Giant, they were immediately scared. They thought the Juggernaut was bad, but this thing, it's even worse. As more panic and chaos do ensue, since the Hulk and the Juggernaut are working together. That being what does quickly get pieced together by some people. Now, you do have the Hulk, who he does run over and go to check on a few people. He checks on Beast, the giant blue man. He does check on the guy to see that he's clearly still alive. And the Hulk is trying to be careful. He knows that his strength is very, very high, and he's not used to it. And he does go over to check on Cyclops, as he does find that he is also okay. He's a bit banged up and unconscious, yes, but he'll live. And the Hulk, he actually does step forwards towards the Juggernaut, asking what he did to his friends. What he do to friends, or something like that along those lines. And the Juggernaut does turn. He does look towards the Hulk, asking if the big green guy is here to help him. You hurt friends. Friend of Hulk is hurt. Really? These are the guys you team up with? They're a bit weak, aren't they? Now, the Hulk just does start to grit his teeth, as he does ask where Red Friend and Blue Friend are. As the Juggernaut, he is trying to think, as is ask if he's talking about the redhead and the guy with blue skin. If he's asking or wondering, he just threw them about probably down the block, about 5 minutes ago. And if he does really want to know where they are, he could go try to find one of their bodies. He's pretty sure it might not have been thrown too far. And this does enrage the Hulk. As Juggernaut, yeah. He does start to build up his momentum, trying to rush forwards towards the Hulk. And the Hulk himself, he does look around. He is really angry. And he's starting to get stronger, as he does just try to think. as we do cut to Izuku inside the Hulk's head. He knows right now that things are bad. Okay, but it's even worse. The idea of Rogue, Kirk, and Jean being dead, it just, well, it makes him angry. And he actually does let the Hulk off his leash. As the Hulk, he does rush in. Him rushing towards the Juggernaut. As Juggernaut, he is rushing towards the Hulk. And you do have where the two do collide. People were actually starting to watch. These two weren't teamed up, but they're fighting now. And it is kind of strange. When the two did collide, the Juggernaut, he immediately was able to throw his arm outwards and smash the Hulk right in the chest, as he's able to pick him up and start running faster with him. As you do actually have the Hulk, who he does try to bring up his hand and smash down onto the giant dome covering the Juggernaut's head, as he's just somewhat laughing. As he talks about how he can actually feel that blow, and that if he does want to go for an actual fight, they can get serious. He's been wondering when he'll be able to fight somebody who can actually try to kick his ass, and Hulk might just be the best one yet. As we do cut back to the Xavier Mansion. Right now, Charles and Wolverine, they found out exactly what may have attacked Izuku. And their main priority right now was to make sure he did not leave the mansion. However, after coming upstairs, they found out he left the mansion. Left him unsupervised. Not a good idea. Now, we actually will cut back over to the Hulk and Deku, facing off against the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut, at first, he found it kind of amusing, trying to fight and, well, beat his way through the Hulk, seeing how far he can push this guy. At first, he seemed like a pushover. However, after Deku and the Juggernaut started fighting a bit more, it became quite apparent. Juggernaut, he may have underestimated this guy, since, well, some of his punches have actually started to hit a little harder. And he himself actually does have some battle damage right now, as we do have the Juggernaut and the Hulk. The two were clashing. The Hulk, he was able to throw a car directly at the Juggernaut. And the Juggernaut, whenever he did try to grab or throw Deku or the Hulk, he was able to reverse it on him. He grabbed one of Deku's arms. And the Hulk, he simply just did go to reach out and go to grab onto the Juggernaut's wrist. As he does, go to reach out and go to try and grab one of the Juggernaut's legs. Juggernaut, surprised, just going to stand still. He's supposed to be able to build up momentum with each step, being unstoppable. However, that does not mean he can't be picked up. And whenever the Hulk did pick up the Juggernaut, he did just start to spin around with him. As whenever he was spinning more, he did just go to hold on to one of the Juggernaut's legs, before just going to throw him across the air as if nothing happened. And people did watch as the Juggernaut went flying through the air and smashing into a building. And many of them, they were wondering. They weren't too sure as to which was worse, a rampaging Juggernaut, or from what they're currently seeing, a Hulk who is losing it. The Hulk is able to match this creature, or the Juggernaut is able to match this monster. It's difficult to understand who they should be cheering for. However, right now, that isn't their main question. Some other superheroes have begun to arrive. And among them, 4 individuals, they're a bit more curious to deal with the situation. And I do believe that that is a good point to leave this off of for right now. Anyway, guys, I do hope you guys enjoyed.